Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to balance work life or school life with family life. So let's go ahead and hop into this video. Okay, so first off, I want to apologize that I look like a hot mess and that I haven't posted this week yet. I know normally I post on Sundays or Mondays, but it has been a really crazy past like 2 weeks for me, which kind of fits in with this video that I'm going to be doing today. But anyhow, as you can tell, I'm a little bit sick. I have a cold, or at least that's what I think it is. It could be allergies, but my nose is just steady running and I've sneezed a million times today. And I didn't put all my makeup on because I woke up this morning and my eye hurts a little bit. So I don't know if it has something to do with my allergies, but here we are. Anyhow, the reason I haven't posted is because I've been sick, and because, as you all know, I started my new job and the hours have been crazy. Not complaining, I love it, and I've learned so much in the past like week or two. And like I've mentioned before, when you're in the field of sonography, you're always learning something new. So but that's where I've been, and now I'm making a video. Better late than never. So my first tip for balancing your work life and your family life is to take care of yourself. Simple enough. You must always take time for yourself. Do something nice for yourself, whether it be go to the gym or go for a walk or go get your nails done, or maybe all of the above. Always have or make some time for yourself, because if you are not functioning at your best, nobody else gets your best, including your job. If you feel like poop and you're running and non-stop and you're just exhausted, if you work, your job's getting the crap end of you. You're gonna miss stuff when you're scanning patients because your mind's gonna be elsewhere. And then when you come home, your family's not gonna get that side of you. You're gonna be too tired to do anything, to hang out. So always take care of yourself. For me, I come home from work and most of the time I will go to the gym. This week I have not, because like I mentioned, I've been sick. I went every day except for yesterday and today. But I will go tomorrow. But yes, I do get off work and I come home and I take care of myself by going to the gym. I cook dinner first as soon as I get home, go to the gym, and then I come home and I hang out with my family. So like I said, always take care of yourself. The next thing, or the next tip that I have for you, is to have a schedule of some sort. For me, oh, and let your family know the schedule. For me, if I have dinner planned out the night before, if I have a routine, it makes it easier to fit everything in one day. For instance, when I make YouTube videos, I typically do that on a Sunday. And the reason being is because my husband works on Sundays and I can come up here while my kids are playing video games or still asleep. I can come upstairs and I can record a video. I have time scheduled out for filming videos specifically. That's not including my work schedule. Here recently, my work schedule has been changing quite frequently, so like my routine has to be switched up a little bit. But for the most part, it stays pretty consistent. So make a schedule. Okay, and then my next tip is always do something together with your family, whatever it may be. For us, like I said, we love to barbecue in our house. Like, love to barbecue. We probably start the grill like every other night, quite a few times. And that's something that my kids thoroughly enjoy, my husband and I enjoy. And then we sit down and have dinner together and we talk about the day with each other. So like, for our family, that works extremely well. I honestly think we always sit down at the dinner table together and have dinner. So I think that is a great thing to do if you have a family, is just sit down at the dinner table, talk about each other's day, how their day went, what they did. Just spending that extra time with your family can work wonders. And if you're a mother or a parent of young children, like I have a 7-year-old, and if you stop his fun, he's gonna have a panic attack. So my next tip is kind of like I mentioned, having a schedule. If they know on a school night they typically go to bed at a certain time, what I like to do is, no matter what they're doing, I like to tell them, like, okay, it's time for a shower in about 15 minutes. I always give them that 15-minute window. It's kind of like giving them the heads up, because it lightens the blow when you tell them, oh, it's bedtime. So I like to let them know ahead of time. I like to let them know ahead of time before interrupting what they're doing and making them go to bed, because it leads to a temper tantrum. So, hey, it's 15 minutes, it's time for bed. Now, something my kiddo, not my daughter so much because, well, she's 14, but for my son, he's 7, ever since he was a little guy, I've always either gave him a piggyback ride to bed or I'll carry him to bed. It's just kind of our thing. I will give him a piggyback ride until my body can't handle it anymore, or he's just too cool for me. So every night when it's bedtime, that's what we do. Then I usually lay next to him in the bed and we'll talk, and I tell him good night, give him a kiss. My daughter, she usually gives me a hug and tells me good night and goes to her bed. So I mean, like, we have our routine. So like I said, it's easier if you lighten the blow. Okay, and my last tip is, and this ties in to the prior tip with having a scheduled bedtime. I highly suggest scheduling a bedtime that's somewhat early if you can. I know that some of our schedules are different. You might work nights, and if that's the case, then this doesn't necessarily apply to you. But if you don't work nights, I highly suggest having an earlier bedtime for your children. My family, meaning my mom and my brothers, they have kids of their own, and they kind of think it's crazy that I make my kids go to bed at like 9 o'clock. It used to be 8:30. It's been 9 o'clock here recently, but they think I'm kind of crazy, and I don't think I'm crazy at all. One is because after they go to bed, that means that's time for me. That means my husband and I can spend time together and talk about our days without any interruptions from kids. That means that I can lay in my bed next to my husband and not worry about having to go do something for somebody else. I think it's very important. When I was going to school, and this is for the students out there that have children, I've mentioned prior that going back to school is super hard, especially when you're older, like as a mom that has younger children. It's so hard. But doing these little steps will help you accomplish your goals. And the reason I say that is because, like, I put my kids to bed back when I was going to school. They went to bed 8:30. Sometimes my son, when he was a little guy, he'd be like, but the sun's still up. Sorry, I need time for me. I need to sit down and study. So anybody knows that you can't get anything accomplished with a little kid running around. So what I did when I put them to bed, it was complete silence. Sometimes I'd grab a glass of wine or something, but most of the time I just went and sat in my bed with my books, and I studied and I studied and I studied until I couldn't study anymore, and then I would go to bed, wake up the next day, and head off to school. So that nighttime for me was super important. Like, that alone time at night was so vital to me in passing in passing school, because without that I would have never had time to study. So having a routine is the best thing you can do for yourself, other than taking time out to take care of yourself. So I can't really think of any other tips that would help you, because those are my success tips. I mean, other than having a calendar and writing down everything, because I'm a calendar person. I have my calendar on my phone filled out. I know a year in advance when my kids start school again. Anything that changes as far as my work schedule, I always update it. Another good thing to do is to put your calendar, your work schedule, or your school schedule on the refrigerator so your family can see it, so that they're well aware what you have going on, and it doesn't seem like you just don't want to spend time with them. So I definitely recommend having a calendar, taking time for yourself, having a routine, and spending your dinner with your family. And another big thing, and I know this isn't one of my tips, but a huge thing is at least once a week, take time out for a special day, whether it be a game day or a day to go out and do something, or go out to dinner with each other, but make it a special day for you and your family, or you and your loved ones. So anyways, guys, that's it for my tips in balancing work life and family life. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I apologize. Y'all are probably disgusted with my voice right about now because I'm just sounding horrible. But I really felt like I needed to get a video up, considering I hadn't posted this week, and I'm sure y'all are wondering where I've been. So anyhow, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and thank you for watching. Bye.